Hi there, and thank you so much for watching. Welcome to week 5 of Change Your Life. I almost said Love Your Life because that's kind of what I feel like this series is turning into, but it's called Change Your Life. So this is a quick recap, my journey to change my life, improve my life, and learn to love it more using the framework of the 12-week year. So what I've been doing every week is kind of giving a rundown of where I am in achieving the 3 goals that I set out to achieve for this 12-week year period. So to jump right in, my overall score for the week was 85.01%, which is good, and I'm happy with it being good. So some things stood out. Let me get into that. Let me break it down first. So the 3 goals that I chose, again, were to cultivate love and appreciation in my life, to cultivate more financial independence in my life, and to develop a business that supports me and the people I love. So the individual scores were, for love and appreciation, I got an 82.1%. For financial abundance, I got 94.3%. And then for business cultivation, I got a 78.5. It was a little bit low. So kind of going into how the week went, I was looking over my calendar as I was kind of pulling together details for this video, and I realized that I felt like I didn't do a lot this week. Like I had a meeting at the beginning of the week, and then there wasn't a lot of other activity, and I was like, why was that? And it stood out to me. I was kind of disappointed in that a little bit, but then it stood out to me that I was recovering because last week was kind of a busy week, and it's really important, I'm learning, to build in that recovery time when you're undertaking new things, to kind of have like a push and then to recover. And what brought that to my attention was 2 things. A podcast that I listened to called Science of Success, and the guest on this particular podcast was Dr. Michael Gervais, and he works with the Seattle Seahawks, and he's a big performance mindset mastery. So he's a psychologist, and he studies performance mastery. So that episode, and in this episode, what brought out the idea of recovery was the interviewer asked what the ideal, like, typical high-performing day looks like, and Dr. Gervais said that there was a lot more recovery time than you would think built into the day. Like, they had these periods of intense output, like they would work out for like 3 hours and then spend time recovering. And that, for me, I know is something that I don't build into my everyday sort of, or my like weekly routine, is to have that time of like focused recovery when you're not really focusing on anything. So that has been really helpful in kind of shifting my overall outlook, which is why I'm gonna call this episode Building in Recovery Time, because that's super important, and I know I don't do that enough, and maybe, I don't know how you do with recovery time, but it's important to take that, carve out that chunk of time to allow yourself to recover. So what are some ways that you do recover? So for me, I'm a big fan of couch time, which is where I just lay on the couch sometimes. And I'm trying to lay on the couch more with a book than watching TV, but for right now it's TV. I have like books beside me that I can kind of like pick up now and then. So that's one way. I know that like gentle exercise, like going for a walk, doing yoga, very cliche, but they really work. Spending time outside is another big one on how to recover. I love like bath time too. That's like, I'm like a toddler. I like need my bath before bed. And that's a huge way to sort of take time to recover, and it's good self-care. So that is my week in review. And just to go back to the business score, why that was so low. Again, because I think there wasn't a lot of activity this week, and my business goals involve a lot of activity. It's like finding new people to connect with, carving out that time to think and not recover. So this was kind of more of a recovery week, and I'm hoping to build in more time to think next week, although now as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I got a lot going on next week too. However, I'm a firm believer that with a schedule, all things are possible. So this week I'm really, and today really, is going to be dedicated to business. So, to building my business. That's where we are for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've been following along, and I'm so glad that you are watching. That was my pen that just fell on the floor. If you'd like to subscribe and you haven't already, please do that. And I hope that you will continue to watch, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.